Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to those of you that are out there. Welcome aboard, folks. Nice to have you here. Man, that song really gets it to me every time. The theme song for Helping Hands for Cruising. I want to thank FatMat Adventures for giving us that song, and so letting everybody enjoy it. Not only are we enjoying it, but it's actually giving us an opportunity to promote this charity. So here we go, folks. First of all, in the chat, the winner of the 528 million trillion Fair Star points goes to Todd, being first in. Welcome aboard, Todd. Now, by the way, Todd, if you don't happen to know, the Fair Star ship was actually, it was scrapped about 30 years ago. So, therefore, the points are worthless. But anyway, thank you very much. Really appreciate you coming on in, being first in the chat. Joe, welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. I know it's going to be a bit late. Won't be up late. You're tired as burnt yourself out working today. Well, you take it easy and you'll be fine. If you need to hit the hay, mate, by all means, thanks for popping in. Really appreciate your company. Okay, Todd, question is, what is Helping Hands for Cruising? Well, that's a very good question. Helping Hands for Cruising is a charitable organization that we set up, which gives people who have not, for one reason or another, have been unable to jump on a cruise ship, whether they be financially strapped or they are the carer of somebody who is disabled, or whether they might even be disabled themselves and have had a bad run in life. Unfortunately, the way to actually get on board the ship is you cannot nominate yourself or a family member. You have to have somebody nominate you, and they do that by putting in a video to Helping Hands for Cruising, and then we nominate people who the board of Helping Hands for Cruising will nominate people who they feel are deserving of the benefit of getting on board a cruise ship. And for those that have had that experience, will tell you it is going to be one of the best experiences of your life. G'day, Meg. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Glad you popped in. Joe saying g'day to Meg, and Meg is saying g'day to Joe, hoping all is well. And the good news is Joe is getting better with his mental health. So that is great news. Keep it up, buddy. G'day, Denise. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Thanks for popping in. we are certainly looking forward to having a great chat. So, one of the things I will get you to do, Todd, is if you're interested, have a look at our website. It's Helping Hands, the number 4, so helpinghands4cruising.org. Have a look at that, and then you will see our website, and it'll lead you to our merch store where we are selling items on there to help fund people on getting on board a cruise ship. And you'll notice that there are QR codes, 2 QR codes, one with USD and the other one with AUD. So if you happen to be in Australia, you can use the AUD QR code. If you happen to be in the US, use the USD QR code. And that will put money into the PayPal account. And so we can get some more people on board a cruise ship. Right now, we've got one recipient going on a cruise happening. Let me just get the figures for that cruise, and I'll tell you exactly when. It's happening in 397 days on Amethyst Hayes' group cruise. It's the Carnival Breeze. We have one recipient on there, and we're looking at a second recipient. As well as that, we're looking at possibly some more cruises coming through. So there we go, folks. Lots happening. A lot behind the scenes. Unfortunately, it takes time, and the board has to agree. And there are discussions going on as we speak. Meg is saying, great to hear, Joe, working on it myself. Yep. A lot of that mental health thing is going around these days. It is hard work. Good morning, Mr. Denise. Okay, Todd, how can I donate, and do I get a tax receipt? So at the moment, Todd, we currently have an application in there to the US. It's sitting in Florida for our 501c, and as soon as we get our 501c3, they will be taxed. You will be able to get tax receipts. Right now, you can donate by hitting on to one of the 2 QR codes, but unfortunately, at this particular point, we're not a registered charity at this point. So you donate out of the goodness of your heart right now. But we are in the throes of getting the 501c. It's currently in the hands of the Florida state right now. Meg is giving out the website. Thank you very much for that, Meg. helpinghands4cruising.org. Hey, Todd, where are you based? Where are you right now? Denise, you doing okay, Meg? Missed you. We've all missed Meg. Yes, Denise, better by the day, though no idea why I'm awake, though. I know why you're awake. It's to spend time with us on our early morning show at 7 a.m. your time. Denise is off today and wide awake at 5:15. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Joe. We want to we've got our group cruise happening in 471 days going out of Sydney. We'd like to get a recipient on board that ship too. So as many people as we can get coming on board the cruise to help us pay for getting the recipient on board, that would be awesome. So mate, if you think about it, come and join us on board cruise. I think you're going to love it. We're going to go up out of Sydney and head up towards the South Pacific, take in Vanuatu, New Caledonia and Fiji, and we're going to spend quite a bit of a day in Suva and then Lautoka as well. So we're going to have a good time. It's going to be awesome, as they say across the pond. So, yeah, where are you, Joe? Where are you, Todd? Tell us where you are, which part of the world you're in. Joe is saying he's actually changed his cruise himself. He's off to Tangalooma, Moreton Island. Oh, mate. Moreton Island's going to be awesome. And Moreton Bay Bugs? Meg is saying, unfortunately, it seems like Florida is taking its time with our application. Just checked again. Is it actually in the in the pending process, or is it in the working on a process. Excuse me. I'm hoping that something's actually happening. Joe is saying the incentive there is the wild dolphin feeding, mate. That's exciting. Have you ever seen a dolphin? I'll tell you, we were on the Golden Princess, our very first cruise, and we were going into Milford Sound. And as we were going into Milford Sound, I looked over the edge of the Golden Princess, and there I saw a pod of dolphins. They were escorting us into Milford Sound. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah. I think you're going to enjoy. Pending still, but we can't see anything until it gets approved or they need something. Wonder who we can see. That's so cool, Joe. Meg, I wonder whose door we can knock on. Maybe, well, it's only been, 2 weeks? And they did say up to a month, didn't they? So, yep, so let's wait. We've got the time. We've got the time. The cruisathon is over. There's a couple of cruises coming up that it'd be nice to have it for, and then we can get exciting things happening. Okay, Tangalooma is one of two places where you can feed white dolphins on the east coast. The other is in Tin Can Bay. Mate, you are a hive of information. That's awesome. We need to know more about. Well, actually, I've got to do a bit more research on Tangalooma Bay. It's with P&O, isn't it? What are you on? The Dawn Princess? The Pacific Dawn, isn't it? The Pacific Dawn, or is it the Pacific Adventurer? Which one of those is it? Yep, Megs and C's. It is cool. All right. So, okay, so the day's heads up on what's coming up with the cruises. I know that our very first recipient, Kenny, is having a cruise in, can you believe it? According to my reckoning, it's in 52 days, which is like awesome, considering he'd never seen the ocean before in his life. He'd never seen a beach. And here he is on a cruise ship. I find that incredible. Then we've got Amy's cruise in 397 days, leaving out of, I believe it is Galveston. But at any rate, it's on the Carnival Breeze. Then the Ducks have got one in 471 days on the Celebrity Edge. And then we've got Bruce from Ocean to Ocean. He's got a cruise coming in 634 days. Now, that cruise is an amazing one because it leaves Seattle. I believe it's on the Norwegian Bliss, but I could be wrong. It's leaving Seattle and it's heading up to Alaska. Now, if I am lucky to win the lottery on the weekend, I'd be going on all of those cruises, let me tell you. Lots and lots and lots of fun. Anyway, so Meg is saying, I may or may not love sea animals. Depends on the sea animal. And Meg, I reckon you do love sea animals because I know I know that you like to go to aquariums, so that's awesome. Todd, the first person that got on a cruise ship was Kenneth Oakes, Ford man Kenneth Oakes. And his cruise was on the Carnival Horizon. It was the same one that we were on. It was the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise. And that was an amazing cruise. It went down to the South Caribbean. So that was awesome. If you know Kenny, he certainly was a deserving young man. Kenny is one of those guys that is like, what can I say? He's young, he's energetic, he walks with a frame, refuses a wheelchair, has had some major medical issues, and is the sweetest guy ever. So there you go. Pacific Adventurer. I love the thought. Yep, it is an awesome ship. That one, Pacific Adventurer, was the Golden Princess. That was um, our initial ship that got us hooked in cruising. All right. So, what can I say, folks? There's some exciting things. Meg is saying that Kenny's an inspiration and a lot of fun, and that he is, absolutely. I mean, surely, certainly inspired quite a number of people. Um, Joe is saying the code for this cruise is V449. Wow, that's cool. I can check it up, have a look at it. Who did you book it through? Did you go directly to P&O or did you go to a travel agent? Meg's favourite is manta rays. That's nice. My favourite is anything that's in the ocean because you get a new experience every time you look. You book directly with P&O. That's awesome. You haven't booked yet, or you have booked, but you just got to pay it off. Which is it, Joe? Because you can book, put down a deposit, and then pay it off as time goes by until you get to the payoff period. And by the way, folks, that's P&O Australia, not P&O UK. Joe is going, hasn't yet. We'll save up first. Mate, you got to get it done. Get it done. You won't know yourself after your first cruise. Seriously, you won't know yourself. It is absolutely awesome. All right, now, I got to find something here because this is going to be awesome. Oh, there we go. This is the cruise. This is another cruise that we're going on. Okay, first let me get things out of the way. Let me do this. Get this up and get you guys thinking about... That will fail, but that one won't. Let me get you guys thinking about... No, not that one. That one. Thinking about an awesome cruise. So let me just bring this up. And I will do this. I've got to do some technical stuff here that will actually get you looking at the cruise that we're talking about. Share a video. No, not that button. I've already pressed another one. Share a screen. That's better. Window, that one. Share. Okay, that's the wrong button. I'll have to find the other button to press. Let me do this the correct way. Let me do that, followed by that one, and I think you're going to like this one, folks, because this is an awesome cruise there's a set of awesome cruises that are coming up, and I think you will enjoy them. So here's the first one. Let's get this one out of the way first. Okay. You're not sharing. But I tried to share it. And let me see if I can find it. Yeah. It went and played stuff. It went and played stuff. There we go. Here we go. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. We've got music. It's not the one I wanted. It wasn't the one I wanted. Let me clear that and see if I can get another one up. It's not the one I wanted. Let me try this one. That's better. Okay, let's see how we go with this one. Here we go, folks.
It's done, all done. Time flies, I know that's for sure. Yeah. You're gone, you're gone. I'm not your prisoner in your cold war anymore. Oh no. But I have a feeling that we never really move on from our past. Sometimes I just wanna go back, try to make it all undone, so it didn't have to hurt this bad. I don't say goodbye.
And that's going to be the first cruise that we will be looking at. That cruise will be the inaugural Helping Hands for cruising group cruise down under, where we will hopefully get a recipient on board. All right, now Joe is saying 2 of his sisters and their husbands went on a P&O cruise down to the Melbourne Cup last year. That would have been an awesome cruise because I know exactly where it stopped in, and people were being shipped off to the Melbourne Cup. And I think some of them did it by going up the river, which was awesome. Meg is saying, if you wouldn't mind, please remember to hit the thumbs up to spread the word. Thank you, Meg. Joe, mate, you're off to bed. Talk next week. Stay safe. Keep on being you. And hashtag call your mate. Hashtag see a professional. Absolutely, mate. Certainly am there to help if you need it. And you have a good night's sleep and take it easy, buddy. G'day, Jimmy. Welcome aboard. That was a great stream. I particularly liked the character you had on board there, sharing your stream with you, mate. What a nice guy. He looks really, really cool. Meg is saying take care, Joe, and also g'day to Jimmy. Todd is saying he thinks he might know 1 or 2 persons that should be nominated for it. One for air, I would nominate Miss DeVoe. Which one? Because Lorraine has already been on one, and so has her daughter Rebecca. They were on the inaugural one, Todd. Nice people. G'day, Meg from Jimmy. Love that song. Yeah, I love it too, mate. It certainly does some amazing things. Some crazy character. You're right. I wonder who that crazy character was. I believe he teaches first aid and a few other bits and pieces. Maybe same neck of the woods as you. I don't know. Anyway, it's fun. Now wait a minute. There is another cruise that I'm hoping you guys will be able to get on, and this one will be a bit later on in the year. And this one actually does not have a date as yet, but we are looking at getting it up and running, because this one will actually be quite important for Helping Hands for Cruising. So without further ado, let me see if I can bring this one up. And here we go. folks, that's a group cruise that is going to be happening. It's being put on by the TA for it is Bruce from Ocean to Ocean, and the channel that's assisting there is Orange Cone Vlogs, Ross, and also Eddie Lugo Studios that are putting that group cruise together. It is a rock and roll tribute cruise. Proceeds of that cruise will be going to Helping Hands for Cruising. So we're promoting it heavily so that we can get people on board to that cruise, so that Helping Hands for Cruising can benefit. It looks like they're trying to put 5 recipients on board that cruise. So that's going to be an awesome cruise. They believe it's going to be after Thanksgiving in 2025. So that's about November, I believe. Jimmy is saying that some crazy character came on his channel. Now, by the way, Jimmy, that crazy character might actually make it to that rock and roll group cruise. So if you come on board, that would be awesome. G'day, Facebook user. Not going to guess who that is, because usually my guess on Facebook are incorrect. Jimmy is saying his better half makes him look good. Mate, you are not wrong. Meg goes, so does mine, Jimmy. And yeah, we know yours. Yours certainly makes you look good. But then you make him look stunning. So there you go. He makes you look good, but you make him look stunning. I like that. That works well. Well, folks, those are some of the cruises that are coming up. After Thanksgiving, more doable. Absolutely. I think it is going to be around about November 2025. It is, we're just waiting on Royal Caribbean to drop their itineraries. The ship that we're looking at going on, hopefully, is the Wonder of the Seas. So it's going to be currently what is the biggest ship out there. And it's going to look like it's going to be on that ship as well. If that's her, she can't be nominated. That's correct, she can't be. Purely because she has been on a cruise before. And in actual fact, she was on the cruise, the inaugural cruise. So, there we go. She's actually quite a special lady, so we're really pleased. If you go, I'm in. Yeah, well, when we find out the date exactly, you guys will have to be in. Excuse me. I just know her by her last name. Yep. She's the one that has that channel, Traveling with Special Abilities, if that's the same person that we're talking about. Yep. Lorraine is a rather special person. Jimmy is saying that he'll speak with my boss. Okay, you're going to speak with Ilana, or are you going to speak with my boss at work, in which case you'd be talking to me? All right. So, yes, those are the great cruises that we've got coming up in 2025. Amy has got her cruise happening in 2024. Funnily enough about that, Amy's cruise is rather special because it is actually 2 years straight up, 2 years after 2 years after the inaugural Helping Hands. It's almost to the day. In fact, we would have been coming in back into Miami 2 days after Amy's cruise leaves. So that makes it a rather auspicious cruise. The other person is Graham. Graham whom? Todd? And if so, the best way to do this is put together a video, and we would be more than happy to look at that video. The video should be no more than about 2 to 5 minutes, and just put that in into the Helping Hands for Cruising website, and there is a link there that lets you know who to send the video to, and we'll have a look at it as a team, and then come up with a response. Be nice to know who Graham is. If it's Graham Knox, he doesn't deserve it. I'm joking. He does. He cruises a lot though. So if he is already a cruiser, then if anybody has already cruised, then they don't qualify for the benefit. So there we go. All right. What else can I say, folks? We're still waiting on. You've heard it from Meg's mouth because Meg was the one who actually put in the application. So we're waiting on our application to come good through, first of all, to Florida, and then once it's past Florida, it then will go through to national and be accepted there. Graham Cruise. Okay. Yes, cruising on the high seas. Yep. Todd, Graham is already a cruiser. He has done a number of cruises. So he doesn't qualify either, unfortunately. It would have been our pleasure to actually get him on a cruise, but no, he does not qualify. But thank you for thinking of people for us, and please do not stop. Keep on thinking. That's how we get people on board cruise ships. All right. If anybody else has got any other comments that they want to put out there straight away, happy to answer them. Right now, the board, which consists of Ilana and myself, Dewey, who's based in Florida. He's based in, I believe, Fort Lauderdale or just outside of there. We've got Josh and Chastity Moon from the Moonlight Adventures. We've also got Sharon and Gary Anderson, which are cruising scene and anything in between. They're on the board as well. We've got the lovely Meg from Megs and Seas. We've also got Michael Ann from Michael Ann Spoiled Mama on the board, and Crystal from Destination Delight. Crystal is the TA for the cruise that's going on out of Sydney, so the Ducks Group cruise. She's the US contact for anybody wanting to join the Ducks Group cruise. So if you want to get yourself involved in there, it's Destination Delights 96 at gmail.com. That's Crystal's email address. So get in touch with her. You may find that we're going to have an awesome time. Okay. Having said that, let me see. Now, Jimmy wants to talk to my boss. I will have words with your boss, Jimmy, and together we might sort something out. It will be awesome if you can join us on that cruise. It's going to be phenomenal. I believe that on that rock and roll cruise, there are something like 1,000 cabins that have been booked for the rock and roll group. So as many people as we can get on there, we can get on there. And that's what we want. The more the merrier. So please, donate, help out. Let's get some people on board cruise ships so they can enjoy what we enjoy. Think about it. Cruising has got to be one of the most amazing ways of actually getting to see the world. Because not only are you on the water, but you're on your transport. You've got your bed. You've got your food. You've got your entertainment. What more can I say? Not much else to spend. Everything seems to be taken care of. So anyway, folks, it's going to be an exciting time for the new person, and it certainly does change lives. If you look at Kenny, his life has been changed immensely, and not only has his life been changed immensely, but everybody else that has worked around him their lives have been changed immensely too. So folks, what can I say? Get on board, join us for the ride, help us to change somebody else's life, and you never know, things could be amazing. Anyway, folks, I'm going to call it quits. I think that the more people we can get on board the cruise ship, the better. The more people we can get. So if we can get more donations coming in, the better it is. So, folks, what I'm going to say is tomorrow night, or rather tomorrow morning, I'll be on board with Jimmy from The Astute Tourist as the Down Under Cruisers, and then I believe we're back on Friday night. We'll be doing our live again at 10 p.m., which will equate to midday here. So there we go. Yes, Todd, I know that it's a shame that he can't be nominated. But he's actually had something like about 5 cruises. So he already is familiar with the cruising scene. Anyway, folks, I'm out of here. I need some sleep. I need to get things happening. So yes, Madam Meg, I will do as you say. So, folks, wishing you all an amazing day, and for those of you across the pond, and have an awesome week, and we will catch you next week.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible, with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands